Hello Seekers, welcome to your timeless Show Me Pick a Card reading. This is a general timeless reading, so please take what resonates for you when it resonates for you. Really trust your intuition and let it guide you. I am going to give you 3 options of readings here, 1, 2, or 3. And I will leave timestamps down below. I've already meditated on your cards and opened space prior to this reading. So we're going to go ahead and get right into it with reading number 1. Hello, all my number ones. So we're going to open the reading by pulling a show me card to see what Spirit would like to illuminate for you. And your show me is the future. So let's pull some tarot and see what Spirit would like to bring up regarding your future. We have Ace of Pentacles, solid new beginnings, 6 of Cups, something from the past, King of Wands, entrepreneur energy coming in, and then the underlying energy, it's 10 of Wands. Been carrying a burden for a long time, pile number 1. Okay, so how I'm going to interpret this for this reading, I'm going to look at this first column as the energy surrounding you currently. The middle column is going to be what crosses that. And then the third will be advice from Spirit. And as always, the underlying energy is it's just that. It's the undercurrent of everything going on. Okay, so the future. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Again, this is a solid beginning. This is a new job, a new way of making your money. And it's being crossed by the 6 of Cups. Now, 6 of Cups can speak of nostalgia, looking back on the past, maybe a little too much. But what I'm feeling with this card right now for you, number 1, is soul growth. This card feels like just that, growth. Here you are back in the day, however far back this is for you. And here you are now. You've grown, you've learned, you've come a long way. And it hasn't been easy, as we see with this 10 of Wands. Now, 10 of Wands, this is the card of responsibility. It can be feeling overburdened, Here she is, assumingly she's been on this long journey. And there's been trials and tribulations. She's tired. But the thing about 10 of Wands is there's really an essence of keep going, don't give up. She's still trucking along. And I do feel, let me pull this back up again. This, what is that even, an ox? We're going to call it an ox. Is there to help. This represents that you don't have to carry all the responsibility. And sometimes too, this card can represent taking the responsibility, taking on somebody else's responsibilities. And sometimes that can be an honorable thing to do. Other times it can just kind of weigh you down, wear you out. You have to kind of use your discretion there. And then for advice from Spirit, we have this King of Wands coming in, and he is the entrepreneurial king. He's a leader. He's a natural born leader. He is somebody, and again, he, she, not gender specific, but this energy is somebody who other people admire and look up to and want to follow. So what I'm seeing here for the future for pile number 1 is you're going to take all that you've learned, all this growth that you've had, and you're going to apply it to a new beginning, a new way of life for yourself. And it's going to bring you a lot of success. It's going to lift a lot of these burdens, a lot of the stress and responsibility that you've been feeling. So I love that for you, number 1. I am going to pull a final, actually 2 of them jumped out here. Final piece of, we'll call it encouragement. So your first card is You Are Living Poetry. I love that. And then we have Choose Who You Are Becoming. Absolutely. Choose who you want to be in the future. Do you want to be that leader? Do you want to apply your growth, everything you've learned? Absolutely. That's going to be a solid foundation to build off of. Like, this isn't something that's, I don't know. No, this is, you are in charge. You know what you want, you know how to get there, and you're going to be very successful with that. So I'm going to pull you one charm. And we have this little book. And to me, this book represents this knowledge. This is that soul growth. And actually, it might be hard to see, but there's a heart and it says secret love. So this may be this opportunity that's coming, that you're building for yourself, I should say. This could be something that you have dreamt of since your childhood. I'm also feeling that for you, pile number one. So Spirit is saying you have everything you need. You are fire. This is the Fire King. Go for it. This is success. So that's really beautiful, pile number one. I'm sending you all lots of love, light, and illuminations to guide your way. Take care. Hello, all my twos. Welcome to your reading. So we're going to start by pulling a show me card and see what Spirit would like to show you. All of my seekers who chose pile number two. How to self-protect. Okay. So pile number two. Maybe you are in need of learning some techniques of protecting yourself from energy, from people kind of overusing you. I am getting that for a lot of you, you overextend your kindness. I'm really feeling that. But for some of you too, you may be empaths and you may be picking up on energies around you and it's really draining you. So if you are somebody who's sensitive to energy, it's very beneficial to learn how to protect yourself. So we have 10 of Cups, Judgment, 4 of Pentacles, underlying energy, 7 of Wands. Okay. So how I'm reading this for this reading, first column is the energy that surrounds you currently. Middle column is what crosses that energy. This final column is advice from Spirit. And of course, the underlying energy is what's the undercurrent of all of this energy. So the energy you're in right now, this is happiness. This is ultimate happiness. So Spirit, I think, wants to talk about how to protect yourself. Like, okay, how to protect yourself to stay in this energy. Let's put it that way. And that's crossed by judgment. Judgment is a soul calling. It's an awakening. It's a call to action. It is soul growth and ascension. And part of your soul growing is protecting yourself. So what do I mean when I say protecting yourself? It can be as simple as if you're an empath and energy is kind of bombarding you when you go places, or even just being at home thinking about people or having energy sent to you. Anyway, you can go into a meditative state and envision, it can be any color, it can be any form that feels right to you. For me personally, I like to envision a silver glittering light just encompassing my entire being, and not just my physical body, also my energy body, my aura that surrounds me. When you do these techniques, cutting cords, there's lots of great guided meditations on YouTube for things like that. So you may want to look into that as far as spirituality and being an empath goes. But what I'm also seeing here with this 4 of Pentacles coming in as advice from Spirit, this really does feel to me, for some of you, like you're being taken advantage of. And I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm not saying, this is happening. This is a general reading, so take it, apply it how it fits for you. but that's what it feels like to me. Like spirit is cautioning you, you know, kind of hang on to your resources a little more for yourself. That what is a resource here? Your spiritual health, your love, your money, your time, all of that. Okay? Surround yourself with people who really do appreciate that in you. And the underlying energy absolutely confirming what I'm saying. This is the card of conviction, the Seven of Wands. This is, I know my worth, I know what I believe, and I'm sticking to it. And if you look, what was I just talking about? Surrounding yourself in a bubble. She's in that bubble. Think of these wands as opposition, other people's opinions. You know, maybe this one is that person that kind of takes advantage. And sometimes people don't mean to take advantage, okay? It could just be their nature. They might be a bit of an energy vampire as well, you know, kind of draining you of your light, your happiness. And I do believe a lot of people who are energy vampires don't even realize they are. They don't mean to be. Like, they're not going out of their way to do that. But it almost doesn't matter in the end because the outcome is the same and it drains you. And so Spirit is saying, be more aware of how much you're giving out and how much you're saving for yourself. All right. This Four of Pentacles talks about, like, look at how she's hanging on to her purse. Okay. She's holding that tight. She's choosing who she allows to use and borrow and have all that she has in her purse. And typically this does speak of coins, money, you know, anything materialistic. But for this, with this Ten of Cups and Judgment coming in before it, I think this is everything. Okay, this is all of your resources, including your emotions, your spirituality, your, like I said, your time, your kindness, your love, all of it. So protect yourself. How to self-protect. She's not letting any of it stop her. All right, the card of conviction. She is going to do her thing regardless, but save some of that energy for yourself. All right, so we are going to pull a final inspiration from Spirit. Spirit, what inspiration do you have for number 2? Balance. Oh, imbalance. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. It's time to have a better balance of what you give versus what you keep for yourself. You can't deplete yourself. In order to really stay in this energy of true happiness, this is calling you to be more aware. Be more aware of what it is you're giving out. Not everybody deserves your kindnesses, or at least not to the extent that I feel like a lot of you are giving it. So Spirit's really trying to bring your attention to the fact that, you know, stand your ground. Don't let people just walk all over you. You're not a doormat. You're a light worker. You're a seeker. Big difference there. So I am going to pull a charm, one charm. There's one little final message here. And you have the, it's hard to see, the moon and the star, which when I see this, it makes me think of, you know, what is it you wish for? Your wish is coming true. And this card here, this Ten of Cups, to me, with this wishes coming true, like that feels like the ultimate attainment of happiness. What makes you happy? Fill your life with those things. Fill your life with those people. Okay? Because you deserve that. And I feel like some of you are feeling very drained of that. And it's because you need to bring things kind of back around into perspective and have a better balance. So those are your messages. Pile number 2. I am sending you all lots of love, light, and illuminations to guide your way. Take care. Hello, all my threes. Welcome to your reading. We're going to go ahead and get started by pulling a show me card to see what Spirit would like to show you. Spirit, what would you like to show all of our threes? When love will arrive. Ooh, pile number 3. Okay. So, when will love arrive? Let's pull some tarot and dig a little deeper into this. And I do feel that I need to point out that love, of course, when we think of love, first thing that usually comes to mind is a romantic relationship. But this does not necessarily have to be only about a romantic relationship, okay? This can be love for anybody, including self. So, let's see. We have the King of Swords. All right. The King of Law and Order, the Queen of Cups, wow, the 8 of Wands, and the underlying energy is the 10 of Swords. Okay. So how I am reading the cards for this reading, this first column here is the energy currently surrounding you. The middle column is the energy that crosses that energy. So this energy, it's what's affecting this energy. It can be positive, negative, depending on the card. This final column is advice from Spirit. And of course, the underlying energy is the undercurrent of all of this energy. So your current energy, we have King of Swords. This is the king of, like I said, law and order, of logic. He is calculated. He puts his head over his heart. He looks at matters from a logical point of view versus using his heart for everything. It's not that he doesn't have a heart or doesn't use his heart. It's just he understands. How do I want to put that? He's wise. That's what I'm getting. He's knowledgeable. He's been through a lot. He's learned a lot. He knows how to apply it. Nobody's getting one over on this king. So I do feel with this energy coming in here, this is you being on top of your game. This is you having a clear understanding of not only yourself, but what it is you want. And crossing that, we have the Queen of Cups. And she is the master of her emotions. Here she is. She's controlling that water. Water in tarot represents the emotions. So this is, it's funny because this is quite the divine union here. Because it's kind of like, he's at the top of his game logically. She's at the top of her game emotionally. So I feel like that's a nice balance there. It's having control of your thoughts and your mind and also your emotions. And the advice from Spirit on that is the 8 of Wands. And 8 of Wands to me is like fast moving energy and communication. So this is like communication coming in quickly. So the underlying energy of that being 10 of Swords, the 10 of Swords is about finality. It's about something being done, walking away onto the next adventure. Something in your life's come full circle. And I don't look at this card as a negative card because, sometimes we have to kind of close a chapter in order to move into the new chapter. And if you look, I love how it's depicted in this card. In traditional tarot, you have the man laying down and all of the swords kind of hovering above his back, and he looks defeated. She does not. I mean, she's walking off into the horizon. She's in this beautiful, brightly colored dress. Like, she isn't running. These birds in this deck, to me, represent lessons, our thoughts, what we've been through. She's taking all that knowledge with her. And this King of Swords really is the progression of this. Okay, so moving on, this is growth to become this king who is very confident in himself, and you know, he's fair, he's just. This is the king of law and order. I mean, you know, maybe for some of you, you've kind of been in a situation with somebody that was not favorable for you as far as, you know, what's in your best interest. And if that's the case, this is saying, like, it's okay to learn from that and move on from that, because you have this Queen of Cups crossing that. And not only is she in control of her emotions, but she's very, like, nurturing and healing and loving. So, you know, whereas this king may be a little bit hardened because of all that he's seen and been through, this queen counterpart comes in and kind of softens those edges. And this Eight of Wands, it is quick moving communication energy. It also feels like socializing to me, I'm getting. So, you know, with the question, when will love arrive? Well, maybe this is saying get out there. And I know with COVID, it's really hard to get out there and do what we used to do, but there are still ways of communicating and meeting people. And I just feel like Spirit is really saying, you know, love will arrive when you've reached this point of being logical and understanding yourself and allowing this healing energy, this softer energy. You know, it's kind of, I'm feeling like there needs to be that balance of, okay, I've learned the lessons. I've been through this, you know, now I can't let that harden my heart. I have to still be soft and caring and loving. And when you're in that energy, that is when you're really going to love not only yourself, but other people, and you're going to be loved, and you're going to do things and find things that you really love. So don't be afraid to kind of move forward and move on for some of you. All right, so I'm going to pull a final card. One final inspiration from Spirit. And we have ambush fear with your ferocious dream. Ambush fear with your ferocious dream. So there it is right there. Don't be afraid to walk away, because what it is you desire is coming in quickly for you, or who it is you desire, the type of people that you desire. Because I don't want to limit this to just a romantic relationship, just this one person coming in, because I feel like it's a broader scale than that. And, you know, being that this King of Swords is the king of law and order, he's like the king of justice. I almost want to call him the king of karma. And in fact, he also a lot of times is associated with Archangel Michael. And if you're familiar with the archangels, Michael is the protector. He's got his mighty sword, and, you know, he's fearless. This really feels like, you know, be fearless in your pursuit of your dreams. Do not let that fear hold you back, but also don't let everything you have already gone through harden your heart. This Queen of Cups crossing this King of Swords, I like that union because they balance each other. And what's better for any kind of healthy relationship than balance? So that's truly beautiful, all of my threes. So I'm going to pull one charm for you, pile number 3. And oh my goodness, perfect. We have a heart. Yeah, there it is, confirmation. And I'm going to put that heart right here on this Queen of Cups because she truly is the ruler of her heart. And, you know, so with, sorry, I'm getting all tongue-tied because I'm just looking at this and it's beautiful how this all played out. So don't give up on your dreams. Don't let fear stand in your way. Don't let previous experiences stand in your way. Because you're worthy of love, and love is coming in for yourself and for others, and that's truly a beautiful blessing. Pile number 3. So until next time, I am sending you all lots of love, light, and illuminations to guide your way. Take care.